Hello everybody and a very warm welcome to Crafters TV. My name's Ben Moseby, good to see you. Thanks for being here for the final show of the day. What a day it's been, eh? The fourth show today. If you've only just joined us, what a day you've missed. You've missed our Easter extravaganza, you've missed masterclass, you've missed Crafts Under the Hammer. Oh, you definitely need to go back and watch those shows because you've missed an absolute treat. Thankfully you're here for the last show though. It's good that you joined us for launch party, a look at some of the, I say most recent launches and some fabulous deals as well, actually, that you might have missed over the course of the last few weeks that we've brought back into this show. So lots to come tonight, starting off with the brilliant deal on the Taking Flight Die collection. We've got Sara Signature's Special Papers on the show, Ombre Inkpads on the show, Explorer Kits, Out of This World deals, and did you know who gives you extra? We do. Extra 10. Oh, we got a strap now. I don't even have to hold the card up. Get rid of that. Got a strap. Sam's been busy in the break. Use code extra 10 for an extra 10% off your order. That is web wide as well. That is web wide. So you can use it on this show. You can use it on various deals. The only thing you can't use that code on is third-party items, all right? But everything else you can use it on. So get that code in at checkout. I'll say a few hellos to you in just a few moments' time. Let's say the most important hello, though, to the chap the other side of the studio who's going to be amusing, informing, inspiring, all of those things and more for the next couple of hours. It's Mr. Craig Laird. How are you, sir?
I am doing very well, thank you very much. Ready to go for this launch party where we're going to kickstart with that incredible Taking Flight collection. If you maybe got a little bit of your Sunbeam or the Moonbeam earlier on with Ben, what I'm going to do is I'm going to incorporate that into the first demo. What we'll also do is we'll have a look at my favourite and yours. That is, of course, our template library. And then what we're also going to do, a little bit of a tease into tomorrow. Now, tomorrow I have got a 12 by 12 masterclass. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring a demo from tomorrow in tonight to then just tempt you and make sure that you do come back tomorrow and watch everything that we're going to do 12 by 12 for. That is tomorrow, but as I say, taking flight, template library. We're going to do some crafting with the 12 by 12s, and no doubt we'll have a little giggle and we'll answer any questions that you feed through to Ben.
Oh, we will. We've got lovely Becky on the socials tonight for the show. Brilliant, Becky is here. Steph Rhodes says, good afternoon. I hope everyone is surviving the Easter holidays. We're not Easter holidaying up here yet. Ours break up on Friday, although I know that my nieces and nephews are off this week, so whether they've got an extra
Scotland's
week.
off.
Scotland's off, are they? Must just be here then. It's been awkward up here in the northeast. Judy says hi to everyone once again. Love to Create LC says hello, Ben, Craig, team and all. And Stephen Nicole says good afternoon, Ben and Becky and Craig. Pamela says hi to all of you. Great shows today. Thank you, Pamela. Thank you, CC, you say. We've had a real mix today, haven't we? A real mix of shows. Make sure you tell Sarah how brilliant we've been when she joins us on Thursday. Make sure you tell her we've been ace. Erica joins us in Winter Haven, Florida. Hello. Hello, LDD. That is Helen saying hi all from the sunny farm near Philadelphia. Looking forward to another time of inspiration. Thank you, Helen. Trudy says very exciting and informative shows today. Jane Adams is in from Las Vegas. Jeffrey Langley joins us. Pat Demarest says good afternoon from New Jersey. Rebecca says hello, Ben and Craig. Craig,
Hi.
You've inspired me to make a wreath with the rosettes. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Unfortunately, I couldn't make that whole wreath all in that one show, but at least I was able to show you one of the rosettes, which, funny enough, we may also have a little look at tomorrow, because it was done, of course, when it comes to 12 by 12. But yeah, it was a really fun show earlier on that you can always go back. Remember, all the shows, but including that one, you can always go back on our YouTube. Or, of course, you can always go back to either our Facebook pages as well, depending on who's on the show.
Helen says today's shows have been awesome.
This is awesome. This is awesome.
You deserve it.
Holy smokes. Whoa.
Rhonda says, hello Ben, Craig, team, social crew and all my lovely crafty friends from Oak Park, Chicago. Can't believe the deal for taking flight, says Lucky. Oh, it's already there. And Hillary says, hello everyone from Hillary and Holly Collie, Lisa and Frank. Telfie, please. Producer Johnny just says, has Frank got his goggles on? Whichever way, we need that Telfie, please. All four, like that. TV, Frank, Holly, you know the drill. Send in your pictures, please. Should we do Telfies tonight? I feel like we've not done this for a week. Johnny, he's gone, yeah, send them in, of course you can. And also send in your comments, because I don't know if you know this, but we are at a big celebration today. We are celebrating a national day, which I know Craig celebrates every year. Oh, they're funny national days, aren't they? Today's national day, no, it's not that. We're not doing Pygmy Hippo Day, Johnny, that's ridiculous. We're doing draw a picture, I can't even say it. Draw a picture of a bird day is today's national day. So, in celebration of that, we are giving away this bird stamp and die set. And all you got to do is comment. Send us a little picture. Send us a picture. No, comment. And what we're asking, have you got a pet bird, or have you ever had a pet bird? Who had a canary called Woodstock? You did, Johnny. You've never told me that before. I've never heard that story before. So that's quite a sad story. I don't know if I want to do we want to tell that? Producer Johnny had a canary called Woodstock, obviously after the canary, the bird in Snoopy, and lived a very happy life with Johnny. And then one Christmas day, whilst we're opening the present, I don't know why I'm laughing because it's not even funny. No, and Johnny's laughing, don't worry. And Woodstock, that was it.
1, 2, 3.
Ding, 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 ding. Anyway, hopefully you've got happier stories about your pet birds. Trudy says, Craig, you look great in that colour.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you.
Yep. And Stacey Lou says, Craig, so glad you're in, Craig. You know my nephew is wrestling mad like you. Well, he's only gone and treated himself to a WWE replica belt, £700. Ooh. Holy smokes. Have you got a few belts? Yours aren't that much, are they?
Mine's are the miniature ones, the mini ones. But I don't have a big belt, no. No, my championship belt is actually me going to WrestleMania next year.
Is that what it is? Yeah. Not a competition, mate, all right?
If I can afford it at this rate.
Yeah. Lady Diver says, my favourite vaudeville star, I think that's me, and crafting star, back again to see Ben and Craig in action. I'm not going to talk as fast in the show, don't worry. And Rhonda says, I can't draw to save my life, but I can certainly colour in a bird that has already been drawn. Well, you can send in pictures of stamped images that you've coloured in, or just pictures of birds if you want, because I know particularly Michael, for example, is a big photographer of birds. So send those in, but as I said, just comment and we'll pick someone at the end of the show. Now, this deal is ridiculous, as someone mentioned a few moments ago. I think it was Trudy, the Taking Flight Creator Card Dies 4-piece collection. I've got to be honest with you, I thought these were out of stock because don't ask me what show it was or what deal it was we had last week, but we had a deal last week where I had this particular Creator Card die. It was either in a bag or on a show, whatever. $13.59 or $15.96 for this one, which is your beautiful butterfly. And I thought that was the only one that we had left. But it appears that we still have all 4 of these left. The stock cannot be huge. You buy this, we will give you your dainty dragonfly. Makes me laugh that we call that a dainty dragonfly because there's nout dainty
Nothing
about
dainty
that.
about it.
It's big, it's bold, it'd smack you around the chops, isn't it?
It would, yeah, the wings would.
Yeah, it is. I see illusion film, maybe, in this Dainty Dragonfly's future.
I see vellum.
Bells?
Vellum.
Oh, vellum. I thought you said I see bells. I was like, really? What are you going to do with bells there? Lady Butterfly. Bit of paper piecing.
Yeah. Foil press, if you've got it.
Shaker.
Nice one. Good call.
And then my favourite of this bundle, the bumbling bee.
So good, isn't it? That would work well with your flora and fauna.
It would work well with your flora and fauna. So just to reiterate, not that we've got mad here, you are going to get all 4 of those for the price of 1. So you should pay $67.96 or $79.80. It is £13.59 or $15.96 whilst stocks last. Snap that up. Keep the comments coming through, but let's get into our first demo and see what you can do with these amazing Creator Card dies.
There's many things you could use with this die set, and one of which, Moonbeam, or even the Sunbeam if you want to, but I'm going to use the Moonbeam because these work beautifully when it comes to black cardstock. So what we're going to do to start with, let's do our background. Gives it that little bit of time to dry. Our black card 5x7. So let's also go in with some water and a paintbrush, which I've got to the side of me here, and then we've got a gorgeous array of colours that you can pick from. So let's go in with the forest here, and because I'm only using maybe about 3 or 4 colours, or probably 4 colours, I'm not going to spritz the whole lot. I'm just going to go in each individual colour, and then I'm going to go over the back of my black cardstock with each individual colour. Now you do need to let it dry, but even when it's wet, so that's just that wet shine that you're getting. So let's leave that to dry a little bit longer. And then we're going to go in with probably, let's go in with the Cosmic. So I'm just going to, all that I'm doing here is I'm just going in with my large paintbrush, my 3/4 paintbrush, and then I can then go back in, and then I'm just going to go into that next section just here. So go back, layer that up, and then we can then go and add some more. Now don't worry about the crossover, we can blend that in just shortly. So we've done the green, we've done the blue. Let's then go in with, maybe let's actually go in with the nebula. So taking some of that excess water off. And again, we want to really start to layer that onto our paintbrush here. We want to have a little bit of a thicker consistency. And then we can go back into the next section, and then we're just going to then go back and forth, intensify that little bit more, back in once again, really make that strong. And I know at the moment it's not looking too much. If I tilt it, you can just see as that's drying, you're starting to get that sun, that moonbeam just bouncing
Absolutely.
through. So let's go in with our final colour. So let's go in with the autumn. So let's go in, and then we're going to do exactly what we were doing before, and that is just go back and forth, really start to get that lathered up on the paintbrush, down into the bottom here, and then I'm just going to go back once again, get rid of some of that water. Don't worry if you've got water remaining in the little sections, just close the lid, let it dry, and then it will dry absolutely solid, and then you just reactivate it again with water. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take as much of that water off my paintbrush as I can, and then just very lightly and very roughly, just in each section where I've kind of joined over, I'm just going to kind of blend into each other. And that is pretty much it for my backdrop.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is I'll let that dry properly and fully before I actually show you that end result.
Yeah.
So as that's dried, now of course you can heat set it if you want, and we might give it a little blast of heat just shortly, but we've got a few things that we could be doing first. So let's do that, and then we can give that a little bit of time to dry. Now, that black cardstock is 5x7, as I was saying. So what I've done is I've taken a piece of white cardstock, and that is 5 1/4 by 7 1/4, and then I've given it a little matting layer onto black card, and then I've done a 10-fold card, which is 5 3/4 by 8 inches. So it's a good, nice size card that we're making here. And then let's go in with the Admiral Butterfly.
Amazing.
So if we go in with the Admiral Butterfly, I've got some black card, and then I've got some white cardstock. Now, if you are not familiar with these are what we would class as creative card dies. If you use just the detail die on its own, Ben, that means that will cut into this whole-sized piece of card. Now, if you add the outside die, that is what's going to then release it out of the cardstock. So I'm actually, in this occasion, going to be using that outer die. Now, what I mean by that is usually, or very rarely will I use the outside die of a creative card. I usually cut my card to the size I want, then I die cut that detailed die. But actually the framework size that I want is actually the size that this gives you. So we're going to align that one up, taking our low tack tape, and then let's go in, and we're going to centralize that the best that we can. Tape that one down, and then we're going to go in with our plate. So we're going to go base plate, we're going to go frosted, magnetic, and then top plate. Line that one up, and then we're just going to then feed that one through. Now with this one here, it'll go through your G2, your original, Gemini, it's going to go through your Junior. We'll also go through your MIDI as well. You need to hand crank it, but it will work with the MIDI. And if you are using any other branded die cut machines, it'll work as well, no problem. You'll just need to check the plate configuration. So if we take that one away and take that one out, what we've then got is the most gorgeous Admiral Butterfly.
Wow.
With that fine detail, all die cut, it's all beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. The attention to detail within all 4 sets of the dies are phenomenal. But I mean, just even look at that.
That's
Just
incredible.
pure
Even
white.
just in white, yeah.
Pure white onto a black card blank. Looks epic. So we're going to clean this die, because we're going to do that once again in that other bit of black cardstock that we've got. So either take your die release tool, or if you do tap it on the side like I do, just make sure you're doing it on the back of the die, not on the front, because you don't want to damage that. So let's repeat that step. Go in with the detail, go in with that outer die, and then we're going to tape that one. Let's align this up here. And referring back to what you were saying before, Ben, this is absolutely spot on for things such as your illusion film, or your vellums, or you could then do paper piecing. There's so many ways and so many kind of techniques that you can use with these. And what we're actually going to do is the end result of the Admiral Butterfly, we're going to change it slightly. Now, it's not a new style that I'm doing here today. I've done it probably when it first launched, and you guys that did see it absolutely loved it. So I thought it's been a while since we've looked at this technique, so I'm going to do it again within this show here, and it'll become apparent just shortly. So let's take that out, and as we were saying, in just white looks epic, but even in just black, it looks epic as well.
It's just classy, isn't it?
It is classy, isn't it? That's exactly what it's like. It is so, so classy. So that could be straight onto a card blank.
Job done.
Or this, when I say onto a card blank, this could be straight into a card blank. If you used just that die on its own, Ben, that could literally be straight through into a card blank, and then that's it done with a sentiment. But as I say, we are going to do our drop shadow. So let's go in, do our drop shadow. So I'm going to go round with my tape runner that is our dots. This is the sort of die that the dotty tape runner was made for.
Is this the easiest solution with the glues, or are you doing this for time, or is this what you would use at home?
So I'm doing this for time. I would say as a whole, yes, this is probably the easiest form of adhesive for these. However, at home, when I've got more time, I will still always use my tacky glue.
Okay.
I would use my tacky glue, but even although I would use my tacky glue, I'm still confident in saying your dotty tape runner is probably the easiest for them, and also the quicker for them. Because as you can see, I'm just able to go all the way over the back of the whole lot. Whereas if I was at home, and although I've got more time, what I have to do is just roughly is go over each section. And I always say what I do is I sketch. Now what I mean by that is I won't go over every single bit, Ben. I'll just roughly sketch across. And as you apply the pressure, the glue spreads out.
Yeah.
So it's not as if I'm doing every single lined section, but yeah, if you're wanting it for actually ease and quickness, the dotty tape runner is definitely the best. And then let's align this one up. So I've got my drop shadow with the black just popping out the side here. Perfect. So at the moment you can just see it, but as soon as I do that, get that black just popping out the side there. It looks epic. Absolutely super, super cool. So let's press that down. So I'm going to press that down, and then for this is another one of those techniques where our small foam pad strips are going to come in really handy.
And which pack do we find those in again?
Small foam pads.
So it's the small foam pads.
You get these strips, yes, you do. I'm not doing a shaker though. You know, usually I would do these for a shaker, but it also goes to show that these foam pad strips, you don't have to always use for shakers. They're good for like these framed creator card dies, that if you're just wanting that long strip of foam pads. You know, I like my good old traditional 5mm by 5mm foam pads. Not everyone does, so therefore these strips are going to come in handy. Plus, it means you're going to be able to level it out on these little sections where you've got the solid backing. Yeah. So we're just going to go into here, and you can twist and turn them. And all that I'm wanting to do is create a little bit of stability. That's all that it is. So I'm only going in little sections that I know aren't going to be seen, and it's just creating that bit of stability. So if I come into there, and then if I come into there, and then let's just go into there, and then this last little bit, let's just go down into there, and then I'm quite comfortable in knowing that we've got good stability there just to hold it all in place. Going to take them off, and this is one of those, there's no right or wrong way. What I would say is all these little bits of foam pad, please take them off. Yeah. It's just my opinion. Some people out there will say it's
leave
just
it
there.
Because
leave
it's there
it on.
just to give you the sort of a balance,
stability,
isn't it? Yeah.
That's it. But what you need to keep in mind as well is over time, your card can, even sitting on the mantelpiece or whether it's on the table, it can start to buckle upwards. Yeah. So therefore, take the backing off. You know it's going to be secure. It's not going to buckle over time. You've got that good, strong adhesive. And yes, it is there to create stability, but it's a foam pad, so take the backing off. Just as well doing that at the same time. So then that has given me my full Admiral Butterfly. Now there is one thing that I forgot to do, but it's not to worry, I can work around it. What I've got here is I've taken two of my circle nesting dies, plain edge nesting dies. One of them is 2 1/4 and the other one is 2 1/2. And I've just die cut a circle, white cardstock, and I'm going to go with my tacky glue just because I went and picked it up there, although your dotty tape runner would work as well. And then what I'm going to do is you can choose a section. I'm going to go down here. Now I'm being careful because I've already popped my foam pads on. I should have done this before I'd done the foam pads. But I just want to make sure that I've got a really strong adhesion of the glue, holding it in place. And then we'll come back to that in a moment once that's fully tacked.
Yep.
So let's come back in. Look at that.
Wow.
Look at that backdrop. So
That's
that was
amazing.
the Moonbeam onto our black card. So if we go face on, you'll see how phenomenal and epic
good.
is that. And that's why we say the Moonbeam works really well and showcases really well on black card, the Sunbeam on your white card. Although you can use them on either or. Oh, look at that.
That's a shot there, look at
that. So
Wow.
that is going to be our background.
Yeah.
So let's go in with our tape runner. So work our way edge to edge. And because this is, well, essentially we have dampened this cardstock with water, I just want to make sure it's extra secure with my tape. And then that can go right into the middle. Now this could be pattern paper if you want, Ben. This could be block colour cardstock if you want. But it's a nice way to bring in your palettes and your ink pads. But even just straight onto a card blank, look at that, really, really smart. And then we're going to go back in here. Now what we're then going to do is let's snip all the way around. So we're going to work our way around that inner section of that die cut circle. So we're just following it all the way around, and it's a good way to change the look of your die cuts. You don't always have to use them the exact way that they come out. Once you've die cut, change it.
Yeah.
Bring in your nesting dies, maybe make it smaller, or maybe go in with your oval dies and change the actual size of it. You can get really, really creative with them. I'm just following around. I know I'm cutting through a few of the foam pads because, again, ideally do this before you pop your foam pads on.
And I know you just said, but just to reiterate for Trudy, it's Moonbeam you're using, isn't it?
It is Moonbeam. Yeah, it is
on
Moonbeam.
smooth black cardstock.
So what I can do here, and I'm doing this just because it's still a little bit damp, ever so slightly it's a little bit damp. So I'm going to go in just with a little bit of tacky glue. If this was pattern paper or dried cardstock, I wouldn't worry about doing this. But just because it's still slightly damp, I'm just going to pop some dots of my tacky glue on the back of my foam pad. And then we can layer that straight over the top here. Let's align that one up. And then I've gone in, I want to say it was Country Garden. I've gone in with Relax and Be Happy, and I've gone in with a smaller circle nesting die. Take my foam pad, and again, just because that back end is still just ever so slightly damp, let's go in here. And then that, we can then pop into there and press that down. So once again, let's give it a really good press down. So we've now got our Admiral Butterfly, where you've got that burst of the Moonbeam in the background.
That's sensational.
But what we've also done is we've changed the look and the style ever so slightly. We can still see it's the Admiral Butterfly, but what we've just done is we've enhanced that sentiment in with the wingspan of that Admiral Butterfly, and then we've incorporated the Moonbeam.
Brilliant, that wasn't it? Absolutely brilliant. Thank you, Hilary, who sent a Telfie in. And Stacey Lou says, I have no idea on the size, but I'll send you a picture. I've sent a Cooperman Telfie. We've got some Telfies. We'll maybe show those after the break if we can get them. Stephen says, I used to have pet birds and train them. I had macaws, African greys, and had loads of other types of parrots. That was Stephen. Dawn LaValle says, hi, Ben and Craig. Stunning card. I had 2 canaries when I was very young. They sang so beautifully, but I cannot draw to save my life. But listen, as I say, just chat to us. If you want to send in pictures, if you've drawn a bird, amazing. If you've got a picture of a bird, amazing. If you've maybe used one of our stamps and coloured it in, amazing. Hello, Aya Chan, who says, I did not really have a pet bird, but I tamed a crow. He comes every day and knocks at my window. I really want to know how you tame a crow.
Yeah, how do you, yeah.
What do you do? Like leave like a trail of breadcrumbs or what, and then give it a little? What? Genuinely.
What does a crow eat?
Is
it breadcrumbs?
I don't know. What does the crow eat? Aya will tell us because she's tamed one. Hello, Paul Prince from South Carolina. Not feeling great today, but watching Craig should lift my spirits, you say. Get well soon. Nora says the butterfly cuts so beautifully. Love the strips, says Kathy. It'd be so cool just to be able to buy a pack of strips. Love this, says Karen. Love this card. What a great design, says Pat. And Rebecca says stunning card. That deal is incredible. You get all 4 of those dies for $13.59 or $15.96. And here's the thing. You don't pay $13.59 or $15.96, do you? So you get another $135 or $159 off that price when you use the code extra10. Stick that in at checkout today and you've got those home for, I mean, what, $12.20, something like that. It's a ridiculous price. Or if you're in the US, another, it's about $14, something like that. It's not a lot, basically. Use your code extra10 for an extra 10% off your order. Right, we are going to have a look now at another deal for you. This is brilliant. The Majestic Unicorn 8-piece. This is time limited until midnight tonight. All of this I'm about to show you for 24 quid. It is wacky bonkers. But listen, you're not paying £24 or $32 because you'll get your extra 10% off with that code extra 10. So we're talking about another £2.40 coming off that. So £21.60 or £28.80 if you're in the US and you're a platinum member. Beautiful pearlescent or pearlized papers that you've got in here. And what's so lovely about this collection, front and back, you've got some really fantastic florals which you can be maybe looking towards using for your Mother's Day projects in the US. And then you get the beautiful unicorns on here as well, designed with that intent, as Leanne will always tell you, to be able to cut these down into smaller strips, whether you want to go into like 4 6x6s or indeed, you know, work with your own sizes. These have been designed so that you've got the ability to do that. If you just want to go straight in and use these as your big 12 by 12 pages, of course you can. And on the back again, you've got that more stripped down design, but all on this fantastic, super pearlescent paper. It just looks the absolute business. And you're getting 24 sheets in there, double-sided, of course. So you get that in the bundle. Alongside that, you're going to receive the beautiful vellum to go with as well. So 24 sheets in there, 6 designs. 4 sheets of each to match up perfectly. Then, talking of the illusion film, you're going to get a roll of your illusion film in this set as well. I think it is 2 2-metre bundles you get, or 2 2-metre rolls you get in this set. But look at that. And that's the kind of thing that will work so nicely with that Taking Flight Creator card set that you have just seen. So that comes to you in this bundle. And already you're thinking value for money here is looking pretty good. But we're nowhere near done because you're going to get the Be Unique BU stamp and die set with the beautiful rainbow. You've got the clouds, hearts, stars in there, and then you've got the beautiful sentiments in stamp form as well. You've got this, there is kindness, nope, there is power in kindness, which is that unicorn stamp and die. Beautiful for doing your colouring with. When you picked up the deal that we did on the illustrators very recently, get those out, get colouring, create a beautiful unicorn topper for your project. You then got all your unicorn sentiments in there as well. So things like follow your dreams, be a unicorn in a field of horses. I believe in you, you are magical. Have a magical day. Happy birthday. Then you've got the stamp and die set with sentiments. So you've got the unicorn, which is your die cut, and then you can choose your sentiment with that. So you stamp embrace your inner unicorn, sparkle like a unicorn, born to be a unicorn, and unicorn at heart. And then last but by no means least, again, this is where within this set you'll be using your illusion film. You've got that amazing Embrace Your Inner Unicorn edgeable. That is a stunning die, absolutely stunning. And then you're going to back that. I mean, you might want a paper piece, you might want to colour, you might want to put some acetate behind that and colour that. Or, as I say, you might want to use that illusion film that you're going to get with that as well. £24 is incredible. This is a near enough £74, $97 bundle that you are getting for £24 or $32. Use the code extra10, EXTRA10, and you'll get an extra 10% off the price on the screen. But that deal is time limited only until midnight tonight, UK time. So you've got 6.5 hours basically to pick up that deal before it comes off the website. Other deal I want to show you before is an out of this world deal. Out of this world deal! Which is a die cutting goodie bag. Now, within this, I can't believe this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 9 items in here. Right, so that here, these 2 dies, well, say dies, so these are those amazing embossing folder and die sets where you get a beautiful 3D emboss, and then you get the die cut, which you can then cut out and put into the folder to emboss the die cut. If you like the new launch that we did last week or whatever it was, a week before, similar sort of concept, you get both of those within the set, so the woodland foliage and the floral bouquet, and then that's all you're paying for. That is the value of your bag right there. £24, 32 bucks. If you use your code, you're getting more value for money on just those 2 items. But then look at what else you're going to get for free. A beautiful delicate lace border die from the Wild at Heart collection. That's free. You're going to get a stunning decorative flourish die for free. You are also going to receive this beautiful garden tree die set. So you've got the tree die itself, and then you've got all those other little dies that you can, cut out the petals and leaves if you want to. If you want to leave it kind of bare as like a winter or autumnal project, you can. Also for free, you are going to get the beautiful decorative window die set from the Arabian Nights collection. Also for free, you're going to get your Thankful stamp and die set. So you've got the Thankful stamp, you can cut that one out, and then you've got all of the stamps to go with to create your own sentiments. Oh, you've got a cute little mini die in here as well, this one. Teeny weeny. RSVP. Responde s'il vous plaît. No bit of Francais, me. You're then going to get your Christmas Jolly Holly creator card die. This is 5.5 by 5.5. Pop that one away for the festive season. It's back again this year. Shock horror. You've also got this beautiful peony, so that you can basically build up with all of the dies that are included within that set. Just there's 8 dies in total. Build your own peony. There's much more in here than 9. I said there was 9 elements, but I didn't see the little mini ones. You've got a little invitation die in there as well, so 2 dies there. Cut out the invitation, and then you've got the little die to cut out the layer to go with that. You've also got, this is what I mean, for 24 quid, you've got the blossoming floral border die from the Kingfisher collection. And then this really is the final one, the Perfect Potion. So this came from our Vintage Halloween collection, which is the cute little cat in the hat stamp. And then you have got the die to be able to cut that out. Well, £24 or $32 is the price on that. That is an out of this world deal. And once again, that is a limited time deal, only until midnight tonight. It is £24 or 32 bucks. However, you use that code extra10, you get an extra 10% off that price on the screen. Few quick comments, and then when we come back, we'll show you your pictures as well. Crows eat anything they want to, says Dawn, and crows are scavengers, says Betty. Omnivores. Nora says, beautiful cardstock. Wow, just gorgeous. Oh, this is how you train a crow. This could be a new movie, couldn't it? How to Train Your Dragon, How to Train Your Crow. Aya says, I gave him a bit of fruit in the winter every day, and after a while, he stayed even when I opened the window. Oh, that's super cute. Majestic Unicorn paper is the most gorgeous ever, says Catherine. Absolutely stunning, time limited. And Eve B says, I already have 2 of the Unicorn paper pads because I love the B-side. Maybe I'll find something to do with the Unicorn, but the B-side is just gorgeous. And Karen says, read that goodie bag. That is a great bundle. It is really, really great bundles right across the show. Made even better by that code extra10. So use it. Only available for you today. So you may as well get those deals checked out. We will come back. We've got plenty more to show you. Keep the comments coming through as well. We're going to have our winner by the end of the show. But in the meantime, get to the checkouts and we'll meet you back here in about 4 minutes' time.
Hey you, the CC crew, you show us what to make, what to buy, how to do. Hey you, the CC crew, Ben, Sara, Craig, Debbie, Boogaloo. Hey you, the CC crew, carry on the programme as we all need you. Hey you, the CC crew, you keep us all company and we can't do without you. I thought that was really good. And I feel like I should go, wow, wow, wow.
My favourite part is the interaction we can have with the lovely presenters.
The laughter and the giggles and the dressing up and the jokes. really fun and really good, and sometimes the only laugh you will get when you're not feeling well.
There's a personal connection with the presenters and the demonstrators.
The inspiration and clear instruction is patiently presented.
I love everyone that I have come to know on Crafters TV.
Well, you got two comedians, Ben and Craig. They're not comedians really, they're brilliant.
Presenters are great, demonstrators are great.
Number one is the enjoyment I get from watching Ben and all of the demonstrators making the projects.
You are all so down to earth and genuine people, always willing to share and help.
Personal connection with everyone that's involved in Crafters TV.
For me, they have become my friend, creating a personal connection and making you feel part of a crafting family.
And get me a chuckle. It just feels like you're right there in my living room.
Pokey tools and paper pads, gilding, wax and stamping mats, scissors, glitter, builder blocks, faux snow fabric, rocker blocks, briars, misters, quilting clips, and die brush tools, precision snips, finger daubers, acetates, stencils, glue guns and templates, Gemini Pro, Julia and the OG, Gemini Go, Mini and the MIDI, tri-blend brush pens, aqua pens and aqua blends, illustrators, classics and tri-blends and color blends and glitter pens and sparkle pens, outliner pens. Fine tip glue applicators, envelopes, creators, stamping platforms, boxer boards, the big score and scoreboard, Nina card and craft card, glitter card, matte black card, graphics, wadding and adhesive sheets, glass mats, guillotines and pen trays, ball tool, die stamps, ink trays, miter tools and binding tools and toe bags, USBs, bone folders and punches, low-tack tape and brushes, stamens, mountboard, flower forming foam, outline markers, DVDs, spelled quick Triton pads and CDs, gilding flakes and washi tape, tacky glue, red liner tape, craft asphalt, press sparkle pots, Centura pearl and sticky dots, pigment ink pads, chunky glue, body bags, all-purpose glue, embossing folders, blending tools, storage folders, much more too. Reactive ink pads, body bags, craft magnets, year of craft and glue, stick and spray and stick away, dotty tape and split pens, acrylic paint pens, tape pens, watercolor card, rotary cutters, magazines and stamping card, Ultimate Pro and the rotating design board, Ultimate First Compendium, Sara Signature collections, and don't forget Discovery kits. Oh, and there's foam pads, think that's it. One final thing, foam on a roll. Foam on a roll.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for the lovely comments coming through. Do you want to see a few quick telfies? The one that we asked for has come through, which is brilliant. Thank you, Hilary, for sending this one through. Still got me. I mean, I just must have like a very bad face for the TV every time, like that. But look at the two in front of the telly. It is Hilary. It's Holly and Frank. Frank not got his goggles on, but he doesn't need them when he's indoors, does he? So that's why he's watching TV. I thought he might have had his like TV glasses on or something, but there you go. There's the two. Who else have we got pictures of? This is brilliant. Now, Rhonda, what a picture this is that you've taken. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
That's a hummingbird, right?
Looks like it, yeah.
That is a brilliant picture. I would imagine they're not the easiest thing in the world to photograph. You have to be pretty quick, Rhonda, so well done. Quick on the draw there. This next one, Stacey and Cooperman. Look at that picture.
That's so cool.
Look at Cooper. Look at Cooper's little face.
Oh.
So cute. Thank you, Stacey and Cooper, for that one. Betty Weaver, what a picture this is. Her husband took this picture. Bit of a mid-air fight going on there between two hawks. Look at that. That's a brilliant shot. Red-tail hawks, those two, apparently. That's a brilliant pic. And then this one here, Pamela Martin. Is this? Have you done this on? It looks like this is on canvas. That's incredible.
It's not incredible.
Pamela, tell me more about that picture, please.
Yeah.
That is absolutely immense. Love that.
Exquisite.
Thank you, everybody. Keep the pictures coming through. Any more selfies? Any more bird pictures? Hello, Tracy Kukaka. Hello, Mary Pat says, good morning, everyone from sunny Montana. Hi also to Karen, who says, our friend had a pet crow, but he had it from a baby and reared it himself. And Karen Swigart says, I didn't have any pet birds, but I love to bird watch and listen to them. So keep the comments coming through. As I say, we're talking about birds because today is Draw a Pic of a Bird Day. We are giving away this stamp and die set at the end of the show, just for someone who comments, basically. We would love your kind of bird-related chat. But if you just want to comment along, you're in the draw. Right, next up, a deal, which actually I'm pleased we're doing tonight because Craig will tell you in a minute about something which is coming up tomorrow. But it's the My Special Papers two-piece showstopper. We've held this deal now for so long. I cannot believe that the showstopper option is still available. This has got to be, we've got to be down to the bare bones of this stock-wise. So it's a £70, $100 bundle of papers. So in here you're getting 240 sheets, 10 different collections and 24 sheets of each. So essentially the My Special Papers is us bringing back some of your favourite papers, papers that you've asked for, you know, over the years, Sara Signature, which we don't always bring back, put them into a bundle and away you go. So this is brilliant if you are someone who has been with us for a while because you're getting all of your favourite papers in here. But what I was saying when we first launched this, and this is box number 3, isn't it? Because we had the
3 including Christmas.
Including Christmas.
Yeah.
For a lot of people who have just joined us this year, you'll recognise a lot of the pads that we show early on, but then as we go back and through this, you'll be thinking, oh, I've never seen that one before, because some of the papers here go back maybe 3, 4, possibly 5 years. So essentially, it's like you're getting loads of new papers, and I won't go through every single sheet because we'll be here forever if I do. But 10 different collections, 24 sheets of each, and just to say, that price there also includes your free essential toolkit as well. So, as I said, there can't be many of these left because these flew when we launched. So you get, where do you want to show you? There? Where do you want it? You're going to get the essential toolkit for free within this bundle. So you're going to get your craft knife, poker tool, tweezers, your precision snips, your metal cutting ruler and the self-healing cutting mat. That comes to you for free. The papers though, let's have a look at these. And I would pretend that I could remember all of these. I probably could, but handily there was a piece of paper in there letting you into all the secrets with all of the different designs. So this, Bohemian.
Correct.
And the papers again are absolutely stunning. As I say, I will sort of pick and flick, but not show you them all because then it gives you a bit of a surprise as to the kind of things that you might receive in here. I mean, when was the Bohemian? Was this, I lose track, this was 2 years ago now, wasn't it? Or was this last year? Can we remember?
No, it must have been about 2 years, was it?
It wasn't last year, was it?
Couldn't it be? No.
We'll go with 2 years ago, shall we?
Yeah, should we?
2023? But a beautiful collection. All of these as well are on uncoated paper, so you know you can stamp onto these. Of course, you can stencil onto these. You know, obviously, you can make beautiful like little gift bags out of these as well if you want to. This is just still the Bohemian collection. This is what I mean. You're getting absolutely tons.
Just while you're flicking, Ben,
yeah.
There's kind of in crafters, there's kind of like 2 camps. There's double-sided camp and there's single-sided camp.
Which camp are you in?
Pretty much 50-50. I'm single-sided.
Oh, yeah.
I do like single-sided papers, and that's of course what these ones are within
This is
the
Enchanted
box.
Dreams as well, by the way.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't it fab?
Are you in that camp because you hate wasting?
I just can't choose if they're double-sided.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I feel like that choice has been taken away from me if it's single-sided, which I like.
I kind of get both camps really, because like you say, like with double-sided, you almost get, look at this as well, you get options on 6x6. You get more bang for your buck, but like you say, every time you're using one, you're wasting one, aren't you?
Well, that's it. Plus, when it comes to things that I will show you in a moment and also tomorrow,
Enchanted Ocean.
This is where maybe your double-sided camp comes in really, really well. Although, if you're using single-sided, there's ways around that if you don't want to see the white side.
This was the biggest selling collection of last year. It was about this time last year we launched it, actually. This next one, you know this one? Ooh.
Oh, Floral Elegance.
Yeah.
As soon as I seen that one.
Isn't it funny?
Isn't it funny that,
Same
isn't
with
it?
me. Yeah, beautiful Floral Elegance, which again, that was last year, I'm sure.
I think it was, wasn't it?
Pretty much. You get the rest of these out.
Got to be.
Stick them out there.
Got to be.
So we'll go a bit quicker here. So beautiful floral elegance. And again, I'm not showing you all of these, nowhere near. This one gives it away a little bit there.
Once Upon a Time.
Yep. I really like this. Got obviously a very sort of fantasy sort of theme to it, with all of the sort of princes and princesses in there, all the beautiful castles, but lovely kind of like floral theme to this as well. Love the kind of old-fashioned writing that you've got in there. I mean, how gorgeous is that as well? The little steps up to the fairy castle, and they lived happily ever after. Oh, sort of a bit Swan Lake-esque, that one as well, which is part of the Once Upon a Time collection. Next one. Oh no, we're still going.
Still going, yeah.
I thought we were going to the next one. No, still going. Still going. Cool, blimey me. We're still going?
Or is that oh
no,
yes,
now it's changed.
Now that one is what was it, Rose Garden?
Yes.
Yes, because I absolutely love, there's a theme here because I love the stamp from Vintage Rose, and I love this collection, which was a good couple of years ago. This was when we were still in the shed next door.
This was when I joined, so 2021 this was.
Was it?
Mm. I seem to remember that this was like still a sort of hot collection when I joined. So yeah, this is what, 4 years old. What were you saying? You love this because you love the stamps?
No, so the stamp that you guys know that I love currently is from Vintage Rose, which is a rose collection, and this one was Garden Rose, 4 years ago, that I loved. Is that Vintage Butterfly?
Yes. This one again was around the same sort of time, I want to say, wasn't it, Vintage Butterflies?
Probably, yeah, yeah. What's lovely as well is if you've got these collections, you're going to have the stamps still, you'll have the dies still, but you've maybe run out of the papers.
Yeah.
Well, now it's great because you can replenish your stock.
I also feel as well, because we're going to come on to vintage diary in a minute and vintage lace. With that sort of vintage effect, there's a lot of crossover between all of the papers as well, isn't there? That you can use like multiple. Here we go. So this is vintage diary.
That's right.
Again, which was around that same sort of time. I really love this. I love papers that are made up of like different patterns, and I love like old-fashioned script and the clocks on there. I love like the busyness of the papers.
You like that, yeah. You like that layered look.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was vintage lace, and then vintage diary, and then there was another one, smaller one, but it was more colourful.
Vintage butterflies, vintage diary. We've got vintage lace coming in just a second.
That's maybe what I'm thinking of.
Yeah. I mean, how beautiful, again, is that for like scrapbooking pages? These are perfect.
That's it. You could chop out the middle, that'd be your frame.
Yeah.
And you can still do a little bit of fussy cutting and decoupage because you've got 2 sheets of each.
And again, I'm not showing you every single sheet here, by no means. Like, you know, I'm picking up sometimes like 6 or 7 pieces at a go. So this one is vintage lace, which I don't really remember. I mean, I've obviously seen it because I've gone through this box before, but I feel this is even before.
Yeah, it would have been.
The others.
Another reason why I like this one is because, as you can tell, there's lots of duck egg blues, there's teals. So you've got that contrast of the duck egg blue with the real deep, rich purples within this collection.
Yeah, this really is a fantastic collection. And as I've said, you know, if you're new to us in the last year or so, yeah, you'll recognise things like the Enchanted Dreams and Floral Elegance, Once Upon a Time, but I would say from the Rose Garden to like Vintage Butterflies, Vintage Diary, Vintage Lace, you won't recognise. This one you'll recognise.
Of course.
One of the most easily recognisable papers that we've had. It's Wild at Heart, of course.
The thing is as well, Ben, even if you are new to us, even if you're not new to us, you don't even have to have any of the collections. It's still just a great, big, cool box of single-sided papers.
Yeah, and as you've seen, I mean, mix these into your Royal Jungle, which you might have picked up today. Yeah, like Craig said, whether you've been with us 5 years, 5 months, 5 minutes, this is an exceptional value deal. And what you've got to think about here as well is you've got 10 completely contrasting paper pads in here, 24 sheets of each. And here's the thing, how much do we normally charge you for a 24-sheet paper pad? 12, 14, 16 quid? We're essentially charging you, $3.99 if you're platinum, $3.99 for a 12 by 12 pad. But we're not even doing that today because you can have another $3.99 off that when you use code extra 10. So that's coming down by another, we'll call it 4 quid. So it's $35.99 today. Another $5.60 coming off that. So it's under $50 basically. and you get that toolkit for free within the bundle. It's an exceptional chance. And a good night to buy, Craig, because obviously I know you're going to show us a demo now, but you're doing something special with this tomorrow, aren't you?
I am indeed, yes. So tomorrow's masterclass, what we're going to do, try to rack my brains to give Emma a helping hand here. And at the weekend, I just played. I went online, I looked at ideas, looked at inspirations. I thought, how can we use 12 by 12 papers and 12 by 12 cardstock in different ways, but in single ways, meaning using one single sheet. So we are going to do a demo, but what it is also is it's just giving you a tease as to what to expect to tomorrow. So this is what we're going to do right now. So using the papers from, of course, what Ben was just showing you. But look at this, Ben.
Oh, that's brilliant.
So I have to say, apart from the mats and layers inside, this is all made from one sheet. One sheet.
Way.
So the mats and layers, of course, I've used the second sheet, but if you don't want to do any mats and layers, this is all done from one 12 by 12 sheet, like I'll show you right now.
Brilliant.
So we're going to do that right now. But also, now some of these things you'll have seen me do before. This is made from two 12 by 12 sheets, a really nice sizable gift bags. These are all from the box that Ben's just shown you. I mean, look at that one there. That's one single 12 by 12. Even that fold back at the top, that is all one single 12 by 12. This one here, again, it is two, including the mat and layer, but the actual construction of that one here is just one sheet. Then, of course, you've got things that you guys will already be familiar with as well. That is actually using half a 12 by 12 sheet. So you would get two of these from one 12 by 12 sheet. Then things like this, I've not even bound this together just yet, but doing these with the fold lines. This isn't from that paper. I was just playing while Ben was chatting away. This, if I get time, we'll show you tomorrow as well. This is all about the way that you fold and cut. So folding and cutting, so you could do multiple pages, and then of course you can tie them down the side, and then that's going to be your memory books that you can see here as well. And then another one I absolutely love. It was the first one idea I came with. Sam, can we go overhead? Thank you. For this one, again, Ben, this is one single 12 by 12 sheet. So let me get it the right way. So if we open it up and then open it up, look at this, Ben. And I'm going to show you this tomorrow.
Oh, I love that.
There's that one. So you've got one pocket here. You've got another pocket here. You can do little notelets there if you want, but on the other side, you've got a fold back where you've got one pocket there and you've got a little hideable pocket at the side. That, Ben, is from one 12 by 12 pad. And to show you, you know, if you're creating little memory pockets or that, if I bring this one that I then done with the Vintage Vegas.
I love the papers. So that
look at that one there. So if I open that, again, same style, Ben, so you've got your little pocket at the side, you've then got your single pocket in there, double pocket down there, you've got your plain side, you could do whatever you want. On the opposite side, you've got your fold back with a pocket, and then a little secret tag pocket just here. And see that half circle? That's the punches from the layering flower punch set.
And that's all one again?
Even that is part of the one single sheet, and I'm going to show you that and a few of these other things tomorrow in masterclass. No, I would love to do it now. The only reason I'm not doing it is because I want you to watch tomorrow. But yeah, so things like that we're going to be showing you tomorrow. Even maybe one or two things I've not shown you quite yet, because once I got started kind of investigating, looking at measurements, working out measurements, I really got addicted. So this one here, as I said, one single 12 by 12 for the actual construction. What we're going to do is let's bring in our scoreboard. So we've got 12 by 12. This is from the bundle that Ben was just showing you here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to then score at the 1 inch mark. So let's score at 1 inch. And it is a little bit tricky to see on pattern paper. So you know, you'll just need to go with my instructions here. So it's 1 inch. We're then going to go 3.5 inches. So 3.5. We're then going to go 6.5. So we're going to score is 6.5. And then we're going to then score at the 9 inch. So that was 1 inch. that was then 3.5, 6.5, and then it is the 9-inch. Then what we're going to do is, for this next bit, we're then just going to turn it around, like so, and then I'm going to then be scoring at the 3-inch. So score at the 3-inch, and then we're going to then come along and score at the 9-inch.
Okay.
So scoring at the 9-inch, like so. And then if I turn that one around, this is kind of what you're left with. You can just see the score lines there, and then no more. So what I'm then going to do is, if I then come along into here, so where I've got this 1-inch strip down here, we're going to cut upwards. So I'm going to then come along into here, so we're going to cut all the way to that 3rd section. And then we're going to come all the way to that 3rd section. And then I'm just going to turn it around. And then within this one, I'm going to come up 1 section.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to come up 1 section here. Then I can come along and I can fold all of these lines. So we're just going to fold them all in. I'm just going to go in with my fingers to start with. And then what we can do is come along with our bone folder afterwards and just fold in all of these lines.
Yeah.
So if we just then come in, refer back to where we've gone, into this next one. So from a few score lines to 4 cut lines, you can make a really cool box. So we're going to go in with each one here, and then we've got this one just here. So I think we then need to then come along into there, and then we need to come along into there. So if I open that one up, you can kind of see how we're coming together.
Yeah.
Then what we're going to do is kind of self-explanatory. If you've been crafting for a while, you'll tend to know these little tabs at the end are glue tabs. So I'm going to add my adhesive into here. And then what we can do is then we can then come along, and then we're just going to then fold that one together like that. If we just align that one up into here and then press, we're going to do the same with this one here. And you could, if you wanted to, Ben, is you could then colour the background. Because you get 2 sheets of each, you could use your permanent sprays and then just back to them together if you want to.
Yeah.
But now what we're left with these 2 cubes. However, fold it inwards, and then as you can see, that's where they're starting to come together.
Yeah.
So on this one anyway, let's go in with our tape. So we're going to add our tape on. So again, if we fold that in, pull that together, and then we're just going to align each of these sections up. So we can then go into here, press that down, and then that one, so this one and this one, we can add our adhesive. So let's add our tape into each of these sections.
So clever, this.
It's the way that it came together and the simplicity of the measurements. And for me, it was when I pulled these 2 cubes together, because at first glance, when seeing pictures, I was like, so is that like a separate bit and you have to slot it in?
Yeah, it looks like that, doesn't it?
All one piece. And what's great, I know the papers are at roughly around about 180 GSM, but if you matte and layer the inside, like I've done with the finished one, it gives it extra strength and rigidity. So I'm going to use my hand just to line up, and then that one can then come into there, fold that flat to press. Then this one again, we can then just lift upwards, fold and press. I'm going to lay that back, press all these sections down, and then what you can do is you can then matte and layer inside should you wish. And this little tab here, what I've done, you know our corner punches, the 3 and the 1, I've just gone in and I've just punched the corners to then just neaten them
rounded them off?
roundly, just rounded them off,
Yeah.
that corner punch. So that, in live demonstration, is showing you how you can then make like a double cube gift box from one 12 by 12 paper pad. But then if you want to add that little bit extra stability, just simply mat and layer it, and then I've just put a hook and loop on the front to finish it. So that's the sort of thing that we'll be looking at tomorrow in masterclass. Majority are all made with one single 12 by 12, give or take on a couple of them, but hopefully that's tempted you to tune in tomorrow if you don't already have
Well,
plans to tune
Stephen
in.
says, Craig, you are a tease. He's hooked you in for tomorrow there, hasn't he? Hooked you in.
Hooked you in.
Tomorrow, so that is 2 o'clock tomorrow? Yeah, 2 o'clock, so 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific for that. These are great, Craig. Craig says, Pat, I'm looking forward to tomorrow's show. I just love the idea of using your papers for so many different bags and boxes. Christine says, I love these special papers boxes. I have 6 boxes so far. Neat and easy, this says Pearl Print size 4. I would use heavier paper to hold more candy. I love your thinking. Dawn the Valley says, too cool this box. And this is a great demo, says Melanie D. So yeah, pick yours up tonight. Here's the thing. I mean, obviously you'll be able to buy this. Well, I say obviously, if the stock doesn't go. You'll be able to get this deal tomorrow. But what I would say is, you don't have the code, will you? You only have that code today up until midnight. So if you're platinum today, $35.99 for the 240 sheets of paper and your free toolkit, $50 pretty much if you use that code extra 10. But you've only got that today. So chances are you might still be able to get this tomorrow, but you won't have that code. So it's entirely up to you where you are with things on that. If you want to grab it today for that little bit extra, use extra 10 at checkout. Great demonstration, loads of people actually loving that. Just before we go to a break, do you want to see a few more quick picks? So, pictures, here we go. First one is from Claire. Ah, who's this then? Guess what it's called? It's a...
Is it magic?
Parrot. Oh. Percy Parrot. What? Here, all right, I know you are going to say. Oh, yeah, you would say that. I nearly said Jasper.
Did you?
Jasper Parrot. Get it? As in Jasper Carrot. Was a famous comedian. Very good. Does he talk? I suppose he must do. Stephen, thank you for your Telfie. Stephen, my favourite Telfie of the day. There he is, isn't it?
Ah, yeah.
There he is.
Where's the Telfie with me? Stephen. Stephen!
You have to do another one now, Stephen.
Yes, you do, Stephen.
You won't be happy. There you go. Lovely, Stephen. Thank you. Now, these pictures are taking a bit of time to load, but I can show one of yours, Jan. Jan Robson from Darlington has painted this herself, Craig. Oh,
undo the typing, Ben.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
An avid Crafters TV watcher. That's brilliant. Oh, it's Janet Robson. Janet Robson. Janet, that is incredible.
Oh, gosh, that really is incredible. You must see a lot of those in Darlow, do you?
Look, this next one, go on, load up. Oh, here we go. Yeah, you don't see many of these in Darlow, Janet. But I tell you what, again, how incredible is that, Janet?
That's so smart.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
That is so smart.
And then one more of Janet's creations, I think. Oh, this is super cute. Like a little, looks like is it a little gift tag, it looks like? How cute is that?
That is incredible. Oh, I love the layers.
Yeah.
Love the layers. That's where I don't have a lot of confidence when it comes to layer building, when it comes to things like that. I think that is so smart and really inspiring.
Well, Janet, thank you so much for sending in your pictures. Whatever you want to send us tonight, really. Telfies, pictures of birds, pictures of your projects, whatever you like. We appreciate them all, and we appreciate you guys for taking the time to do that. Janet says, I do need some construction ideas, so tomorrow will be perfect at 2 p.m. I heard in my ear as well, Producer Joyce, so you need to be in at 2 p.m. tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, do you not know?
No. Something massive is happening.
Can I just say...
Oh, is it an announcement?
It wasn't... It works in with my show really, really well, but it wasn't planned that way. It's just absolutely fell perfectly on the same day.
Stage, I do know what it is. It is. No, I do know actually. No, I don't. I don't. Oh, I've seen an email. Is it there?
Mm-mm.
Ah.
No.
No? Is it there?
No.
Ah. What about the?
Bingo.
Ah. Did know. I love my special papers box, says Karen. It's nice to have a variety of papers from different collections. We're going to have a break. I think it's about time for a break, isn't it? It's been a long day. When we come back, we're going to do some tenner deals, I've just been told. And then we're going to have a look with Craig at his favourite item, one of his many favourite items, the template library. So all of that to come. So stick with us. Use that code. Ends at midnight tonight. Extra 10. We'll see you in 4 minutes.
The instruction and inspiration is mind-blowing.
The inspiration, the products to make our own and make it our own.
I get so much inspiration and tips and tricks from everyone there at Crafters Companion.
And there's so much support, respect, and inspiration all through the socials.
I like to watch Crafters TV as often as I'm free, and I always get new ideas each time, and it certainly helps kickstart my mojo.
That is why I love Crafters Companion, because they make me look like a better crafter and give me ways to do things that I haven't tried before.
I wouldn't be the crafter I am today without Crafters TV, so thank you.
Doesn't seem to matter what I do if I tell a joke or two. No one knows how hard I try. Oh, I have jokes, sometimes I must explain. It's driving me insane. They might groan and they might sigh, but I'll keep trying. I'm that guy, 'cause I'm just Ben. I think my jokes are all a 10. Is it my destiny to live and die a life of average comedy? I'm just Ben, so many puns there is no end. What will it take for you to see the gags I tell? Crap it just for you. Like to joke and to hear the crowd laugh. Is it a crime? Am I not funny? Am I not good enough? On Friday Night Live, is this my moment here? Or am I dreaming? I'm no dreamer. Just been anywhere else my jokes attend. Is it my destiny to live and die a life of average comedy? I'm just Ben, I see a joke but that's my friend. What will it take for you to see the man behind the tan and laugh at me? I'm just Ben, and I'm enough. Sometimes I do crafty stuff. So hey, check me
Craig's... That was just, wasn't it? Craig's got some moves there, says Crafty Stacey Lou. First time seeing this. That was from last summer, that was, as a one-off. There you go. Glad you all enjoyed that. Evening, Ben and Craig, says Amanda. I'm on catch-up, says Amanda. Back to sunny Hertfordshire. What a brilliant show. I love the Taking Flight creator card collection. It is gorgeous. First time me seeing this, says Crafty Stacey Lou, laughing emoji. Alexandra, Ben, can you show the Majestic Unicorn deal again? We will before the end of the show. I'll flick through that for you. Why can't I win the lottery, says Crafty Stacey Lou, so I can catch all of the CTV live shows? It's 14 million tonight, isn't it? I'm sure. Or is it tomorrow, Euro Millions? Euro Millions tonight. Yes, it's 14 million. I heard it on the radio on the way in. There you go. This makes me laugh until I cry, says Jen, every time. Ben, you're so talented, but Craig has definitely got the moves. I still remember recording that now, and it was a night, we literally recorded that in about half an hour. Yeah. And we're like, oh, Craig, can you be in on it? He's like, yeah. I was like, well, we'll just do a bit like where we do a dance. And he started busting these moves, and me, Nicola, and Sam were like, what the? Yeah, you got some serious...
I just went rogue. I didn't know what to do, so I just went rogue.
That's what he's like when he goes back to Scotland. He's in the nightclubs in Carnoustie. The floor clears and he walks out like John Travolta.
Yeah, the floor clears and the pub clears.
yeah. Everybody goes home. And thank you, Jane, for your nightly joke. This has made me laugh tonight. Hey, Ben, I just told this to Johnny. I can't believe neither of us have ever heard this. Hey, Ben, what do you call a pig that practices karate? A pork chop.
Pork chop. So good.
I love that. That's going to go into me repertoire for Friday Night Live. And Christine says, there's no such thing as a Just Ben. You're way more than that. Thank you, Christine. I'll send you the check in the post. Love you guys. Right, next up, some tenner deals for you. Not something we normally do in Launch Party, but you know what? It's me, it's Craig, it's Sam, it's Johnny, it's all the boys, it's Jake. We do what we want. We do what we want. Big Pop and Big Wig Ben in the house. Let's show you some tenner deals. Come on, we're showing you tenner deals. You know I'm going to show you only one of my favourite paper pads in the world ever. And the reason we brought this in, actually, was just to alert you to the fact that this Friday is National Pet Day. I've started quite an unsuccessful campaign on my Facebook page. I'll bump it to the top again so you can see for yourself. But basically, I am after your videos of talented pets. We need them because here's the thing, because Sara's coming in for Friday Night Live on Friday, and obviously it's a jam-packed show anyway, but she always loves to have her feature. So I thought, if it's National Pet Day, always do pet pictures, but videos of your pets doing amazing things. I've had one video so far, which I really appreciate. I can't remember the lady that sent it, but it's she basically throws a treat to her dog, and it's like a slow motion of the dog going, and then missing it, which is brilliant. So it doesn't have to be, when I say like, it doesn't need to be a proper trick. It can be them giving paw. It can be them like, I don't know. Do they go and get the paper? Do they spin around when you tell them to spin around? Do they fetch something? Do they do that thing where you put something down and then they're not supposed to eat it? And all those kind of things. Funny videos is what we're after.
I might get Mum to try and film Clemmy doing, because Clemmy does that sort. I'm not in, of course, but if I get Mum to message. Yeah, it was a yellow scene, obviously, because it was Clemmy's 4th birthday just the other day there, and the cake did have 2 people say don't give the dog human cake. It was a doggy cake. And just one of the pictures that I got was straight in. She was right in there with the eyes delving into the cake. But yeah, she's really good at staying the commands and all that. So I'll maybe get I'll maybe get John, because Mum's awful shaky on the camera. See, when you video call, I'm like, Mum, you stay still, stay still.
You want to get her to do that thing. We've done it with Molly, and it's so funny. Molly's pretty good. Like, if you drop something, she doesn't go and get it. She'll wait. Like, if you're cooking, you drop a bit, she'll wait till you tell her. But have you ever seen those videos where, I don't know, you're eating a crisp or a sandwich or something, and then you pretend to fall asleep?
Yes.
They're so funny in front of the dog.
Yes.
And then you get someone else filming it and see what your dog does. And and we've done that with Molly a few times. I might try and do another one. And she sort of like goes over to it and sort of sniffs, and you just see her going, I shouldn't be doing this, but he's asleep. I might just get away with it. Stuff like that, really. Silly videos, please. Come on. And I tell you what, with Sara being on, I might even be able to get a prize for the funniest one. Pets do the funniest things. Anyway, the reason why I'm talking about that is because we've got this on the show, £8, $8. It's such a brilliant pad because it's 48 sheets. And actually, this goes back to something we were talking about earlier on. If you are a lover of double-sided, you're covered. If you're a lover of single-sided, you're covered. Because you've got 24 sheets of double-sided papers in here. And again, what's really nice about this pad is, yes, of course, with it being a best in show, then you are going to get loads of pictures of dogs. Plenty of snippability here, of course. You know, you've got the bones on the back there. But as you go through, you will find, like here, you do have a lot of papers which are kind of a little bit more nondescript that you can use, across other collections. So it's really good for that. Loads of snippability again here. There's trophies, there's rosettes. As we go through the double-sided papers, again, who would not want a bulldog with a party hat on? I mean, come on, it's just the best thing. Again, more beautiful patterns. Florals in here as well, which I think is super cute. Love the stripes in here. Lots of different colour patterns. All of your different breeds of dogs in here too. Dalmatians, sausage dogs, spaniels, cockapoos. Snippability here again. Again, you know, a pattern here which you can use outside of this collection. Love the paw prints on the reverse here. More dogs to snip into, and that's only half of the pad. Then we get into the single-sided sheets. There's two designs in here where you've got flocking, so that textured design. The flock tennis balls, I think, are a brilliant idea. Then sausage dogs and jumpers, why not? You've got the food bowls, again, snip into those and then snip into the dogs on the other pages there to build your own scenes up. Florals in here, which are beautiful. Dalmatians. You've got the 6x6 papers in there as well, which you can snip into. There you've got all of your kind of words, a lot of which I won't say because I don't want to get your dogs excited. And then you've got your beautiful flocked Dalmatian spots as well. That's a tenner. I think it's one of the most fun pads that we've done. Certainly my favourite from the Violet Studio range. It is £8. It is $8. Stacey Lou says, I'll send a video of Cooper. Thank you. I will bump that link to the top of my Facebook page in just a second, so it's there for you. Robin says, I have a dog with a wonky paw. Getting her to say please is hilarious. Robin, I would love to see that, please. I'll bump it. If you go to my page, at Ben Moseby CC on Facebook, I'll bump the link to the top of the page so you can pop that there. And Karen says, I have this paper pad, and I can see why Ben says it is one of his faves. Next up, let's show you the Gemini Mini storage bag. This is a tenner as well, tenner deals. You basically, if you've got a Mini and you've not yet got this, just snap it up. You obviously don't get the Mini in here, but just to show you that it fits absolutely perfectly. And then you've got plenty of space. You can see the depth of the actual bag. You've got plenty of space to layer more on top. So effectively, you know, you could put your plates in there as well if you wanted to. I say your plates, your folders, those could go on top. But lots of room in here. You've got your little pockets there as well, so you can put more tools in your little elasticated pockets. And here you've got your netting. That's where I think probably the best place to put your folders and your shims are. I know a lot of people, last time we had this on, were saying that they've got one for their Mini because obviously it fits perfectly, but then they buy another one as like a makeup bag. You can put pens in here, you can put tools in here, whatever crafty bits and pieces you want to transport around. It's just a really handy size. You know, to pop in pens if you wanted to do that. Tools, as I say, a lot of people have said that they've bought these as like makeup bags, wash bags, whatever you want to do. $12.99 or $16.95, £8 or $8 is the price on that one. But again, these deals are only up until midnight tonight, and then the price will go back up. Always a big fave, and for £8 or $8 tonight, again, I'm sure this will fly out of the door. The die and stamp storage folder. This is the small, yes. You can use your code, get an extra 10% off all of these. So £10 deals become £8, $8 if you're platinum, become £7.20, $7.20 if you're platinum, potentially giving these to you now at the best ever price. This is for the die and stamp storage folder. Producer John is saying that is definitely the best price. $7.20, extra 10 gets you that HEP 80 cents off to bring that down to $7.20. Crafter's colours, of course, made absolutely beautifully. The stitching and detail that you've got on the handle means this holds a real weight, as we know, tested to the nth degree by Leanne. Open this one up, and there you go. You've got your 3 ring binders there to pop in your magnetic sheet, so you can hold all of your dies in there, your stamps as well, and those elasticated pockets. Once again, you know, this is an item that you guys have seen multiple times here on the channel. You multi-order these when we do deals on them like this. You know, if you are using that code tonight and you're platinum, this is a better than half price deal, and I can't ever recall having said that about the die stamp and storage folder in the small size. Multi-order tonight. Use that code. Remember, these deals disappear at midnight, and the code disappears at midnight as well. and talk about multi-ordering your bread and butter when it comes to cardstock, your smooth white card. A4 in size, you are going to be receiving this for £8 or $8. Normally $11.99, $15.95. Should be, yeah, $11.99, $15.95. It's £8, $8. It is £7.20, $7.20 if you're a Platinum member and you use that code EXTRA10. There are other deals on the show for you as well, but do make sure you check out the website for all of those. The majority of the deals tonight will be disappearing, as I say, at this World Deal, Explorer Kit deal, the deal on the Majestic Unicorns, which we will again show you whoever asked at the end of the show. And do keep the comments coming through as well, because on National Draw a Pick of a Bird Day, we are giving away this cute little stamp and die set for someone who comments in on the show. Snack bag, says Jane Adams. I love the idea. Snack bag. Why not? I bought the Guillotine large, says Ultia, had 30% off now, Platinum, 20% and 10% extra. I mean, serious deals. Anything on the web, yeah, as long as it's not third party, you can have it. Laurie says, by the way, love these Take Flight collection. I've ordered that this morning. And Lynn Harvey says, I have one of the mini storage bags for my mini, one for my mini embossing folders, and another to store my hot glue gun and glue sticks in, which is amazing. Right. Launch party. I'll bring it over. I've just had a bit of a thought as I'm delivering this over to you.
Come on over, baby.
£184, right? $208. Extra 10.
Oh, right enough.
You'd be able to use it on this, won't you?
You didn't see this chair.
What chair? What a mess.
Oh, don't start. You know I sweep up at the end of the day.
He does. But what a wee mess you've made. This is £165 a day.
This is awesome. Now,
How do
you guys know, yeah, that's fine. You guys know how much I love the template library. Now, what I'm going to let you know, as you are already aware, as of this week, we are introducing, not changing.
Put it like that, by the way.
It won't come like this, by the way. Yes, we are introducing some additional shows as of this week, and there's a reason why I'm telling you this, because on Thursday I've got one, and this one, it's not Facebook Live, it's in the studio next door. It's called Craft Together, and it's going to be on the Ultimate Pro. Now, the reason I'm telling you that is because 2 weeks on Thursday, I've got the template library. Now, when it says the Craft Together, it's a little bit of a hybrid of the kind of craft along. You're going to be able to craft along with me, but it's not something that I give you the details beforehand. We're just going to be in the studio. It's just going to be me, one person in the ear, just letting me know what camera. That is it, me and you. We're going to pick said product beforehand, and then I'll give you a little bit of warning, and then we'll just play. We'll play and we'll make whatever. So again, the reason I'm saying that is because a week on Thursday, the Craft Together is going to be with the template library. So with this one here, the template library, the reason I love it so much, and I think a lot of people have kind of referred to it as, a lot of people have said kind of like my baby. Absolutely isn't. It's come from obviously Leanne and the design team and the product coordination team.
Yeah.
But the reason being that I love it so much, and so many people have noticed that I love it, is because if you do watch me day in, day out, or YouTubes, anything like that, I don't really do concept cards. I'm not one for a concept card from scratch. This gives me the ability to make, what's that, 120 plus concept cards. And it's not that I don't do concept cards because I don't have the patience to measure and draw and cut. It's nothing to do with that. Lots of patience in actual fact. I just love that it's all here together. And what I always say as well, although, so it's not necessarily on the front, what I do say is you see at the side it's got Crafter's Companion. What I always say as well, in some ways, just ignore that. Just ignore it, it's branded from Crafter's Companion. The reason I say this is that is because this will work with any company, any cardstock, any pattern paper, any collections, any stamps, any inks, absolutely anyone. You can use one of these with our Sara Signature or our Nature Garden. You could then use it for Hunky Dory in their collections. You can then use it with Keith and his cardstock. that he comes. You might have a selection of items from the Dreamies that you can use and do the step-by-steps with these. So this really does open up a world of different possibilities. And I say a minimum of 120, Ben, because some of the projects inside you can do 2 within the one sheet, 2 different sizes. So we're going to have a little look. We'll do a demo just here within a second. But what I wanted to show you with this full collection, the full collection gives you all of the expansion packs, and it gives you all of this storage as well. Now, the very first one in the range was called Violet. So with Violet, you get 30 recipe cards, and you also get the template to make that project. So this is a finished example idea. You're going to be able to make that milk carton project, but you're going to be using all of your own stash. So this is what I mean by, it could be our card, it could be Keith's card, it could be Hunky Dory's collection, i.e. that backdrop, that could be one of Hunky Dory's Adorable Scoreable, and that could be one of their toppers.
Yeah.
And the reason you're able to do that is because you've got the steps on the opposite side, and then you've got the template for that to work. So you've got step by step. Not only that, you've also got a video for all 120 plus projects. Now, Leanne done the first couple, then I've taken over. So the Violet, you're going to get 30, plus all the storage and all this. You do also get basic shape dies, but you do not need a die cutting machine for any of this to work. The dies there are just for you to die cut maybe stamped sentiments if you want to. But if I was to, Ben, jump to, let's go in with orange. We're going to do a pop-up box. So this is where I can explain it in more detail. You've got no duplication with any of the projects whatsoever. They're all completely new. There's concept cards, there's envelopes, there's gift box, there's crackers. There is so much in here. So if I go in with the orange, every subsequent expansion pack, you get another 15 brand new templates here. So the orange, here's another 15 project that you've got. The very first one, Ben, is a gift bag. So open it up, there's your gift bag there.
Yeah.
So you can make exactly what you see here. Now, the difference from the layout collection, Ben, is you don't get the products to make that.
You choose.
You choose what you use to make that. So you get the steps and the template to make it. You decide what you use to decorate. So if I go into that opposite side here, there is your 6 pictures or words, or what you have got is you've got the QR code. Now, the early editions, Ben, don't have the QR code on each individual page.
Yeah.
What you've got is you've got the address at the bottom, or they all come with a little QR code card in each one. But really, go into any QR code and that opens up the videos for every single one of them. So in a moment, what we're going to be doing is we're going to then be doing the pop-up box, that one there. So we're going to do that, but we're going to do it in pink and white. So it'd be good for a new baby if you want.
I've not seen a pop-up box in ages.
Yeah, and do you know what? It's not a hard thing to make.
No.
But sometimes it's nice just having the template there for you to not have to do the thinking of the measuring. So now that I've decided, and a lot of people will say, well, Craig, how do you know what you're going to make? I just flick through. I have a flick through, see what I fancy making, just have a look, as I say, flick, oh, let's do that one. I like that one. So this is what we're going to do. This is how it could look. But let's go into the opposite side there. We've got our pictures, we've got our written, or we've got that video. Now, with this one, Ben, it lets me know it's from Orange, it lets me know it's the pop-up box card, and it lets me know that it's number 7. The reason being is if we go into the templates from Orange, you've also got an additional index. I very rarely will look at that because I know that it's number 7 within this page. So all I do is I just flick all the way to number 7, whereas if we flip it in, it would be there. I've already taken it out. Now, what I will do is show you how you can either keep it in place and draw around, or just take it out. It's really therapeutic to take it out.
It's quite a nice noise, isn't it?
It's a really nice noise. And likewise, you could take the recipe card out as well. So what you could do, Ben, is you could put the recipe card in a little pocket with the template, cardstock, pencil, you know, your scissors, and you could be away in the caravan for a few days and do the basic of each of the projects. I always find black card, ironically, shows it off better. So if I bring my template in, it tells you everything. So what I mean by that is it tells me it's number 7, it's the pop-up box card, it's from Orange. So if I took a lot of these out, Ben, I know which one they're going to go back into. What it also does is it lets me know what it'll flatten to. So if it is a concept card, if it's a concept project that would fit in an envelope, that lets me know the size of the envelope that I need.
Perfect.
What it also does is it gives me the amount of cardstock that I will need to make the base, or the pop-up box concept, and all of the mats and layers, because we give you all the mats and layers, different shapes to fit in each side should you wish to use them. So it's all there. It tells you if it's a score line, it tells you if it's an inner score line, tells you if it's a cut line. So just before we crack on, is anyone asking any questions or that about the template library?
No questions as such. Just a lot of people saying how they love the template library, and similar to what you said, you know, they're using them across like different, not just with our products, you know, and that's the genius about it. Just a couple of quick comments. Mary Pratt says, I love mine, started using it more and more, and it is self-jam full of great designs that I can make. And Algie says, I love the template library. I'm making a card with shaker numbers. The question has just come in from Trudy, actually, who says, can you run all the templates through the G2?
Really, really good question. Yes, you can do. You can do. Run it through. All of the lines are then going to be embossed, so your cut lines will be embossed, and then of course, your cut lines and score lines will all be embossed. All you need to do is either fold them or cut them. So if you want to do that, heat erasable pens, if you've still got them, you can use them, no problem at all. But it's just great, Ben, that you don't need lots and lots of crafty tools. I'm going to be using our crafty tools, but as we've shown in the past, I've done demos where I've taken a pencil, I've taken kitchen scissors, I've taken an old ballpoint pen that has no ink and used that to score with. You don't need to have lots of crafty tools, just tools around the house you can use to create each of these projects.
Yeah, if you've got any questions for Craig, fire them in whilst Craig is making. Just to say again, if you want to pick this up tonight, use that code extra10, get an extra $18.40 off that, or $20.80. And as a by the by, if you've got certain numbers of the template libraries, you can also look on the Shop the Day, Shop the Show to get the individuals as well.
Awesome. Rightio. So let's get started here. So to start with, you're just going to draw and cut around when it comes to the main concept project. So that is the actual pop-up box. So we're going to go in here. Now, you can be sparing with your card and go right in the corners, but let's just go onto my card, and we're going to draw all the way around the actual pop-up box. So we're going right round the outer edge. We're going in all of the score lines, all of the cut lines, and then the glue lines. The only ones that we are ignoring is the mat and layer lines. So let's go round the whole outer edge of the pop-up box. We're then going to go in with the score line, go in with the cut line, score line, cut line, and then this middle one is a score line. So we're going to go in there, and then we've also got our score line here. We've got our little panel that goes in the middle that your acetate strips will then sit into. We go into there, into there. Now you could do 2, you could do 3 of them if you want, but if I just release that for now, there is the main concept of your pop-up box. So let's go in with, do you know what? Let's just use scissors for this one here. So we're just going to go round the outer edge. Because these are straight edges, you could use your guillotine if you wanted to. Your V-blade trimmer, craft knife and ruler, or as I say, the scissors that we've got here.
I love Nancy's message, just saying I use mine for unique cards and always get compliments on the cards. But I think like what you're saying as well, Craig, just whilst watching you cut, is true in the fact that because you don't need to have a lot of other expensive craft items, because you can just use these as you're showing with scissors and a pencil and a ruler, what have you. You know, it may well be that you start making the most extravagant projects like straight off the bat, and people won't believe that you've made them because you're able to do that. And that's the thing to say, isn't it? If, again, I always mention this, if you are picking and choosing, you're thinking, oh, maybe I'll just go for 1 or 2, they're not in any sort of order, like, like number 1 is easy and number 6 is is kind of extravagant. There's lots of different types of project in each library, isn't there?
There is, yeah. So we cater beginner, intermediate and advanced in every single edition that you've got there. So yeah, absolutely. It's not as if the early editions are easy, the later editions are harder. You've got all skill levels all the way throughout.
Yeah.
And this, you could just think back to the Sara Signature Papers Ben was showing.
Yeah, yeah.
If you got that, your Sara Signature Papers, you've already got tools around the house that you could be using, your scissors, maybe a little knife, craft knife, and then some adhesives, and the mats and layers are there in the template for you to draw around on the papers. There's your project.
Yeah.
Because you don't need a die cutting machine if you don't want to. Now, as I always say as well, don't just look at the recipe cards. Yes, the recipe cards gives you all the key steps that you can see here. If you just look overhead, so you'll see each of the steps there. You've got all 6 steps written, but the actual template also tells you information as well. So it tells you what is score and what is cut. So I know by looking at my template, that is a cut and that is a cut, which is these two here. So let's cut downwards with my scissors. And of course, you could use your eraser to rub out the lines, or if you're using your heat erasable pen, you can use that. So if I just come along, even just with those little cut lines here, so that's my cut lines done. What I need to do now is my score lines. So this is where you can come along with a score board. Now I'm just bringing in the big one because I had it to hand, but if you've just got your Ultimate Pro, which is the actual craft together on Thursday, but all you need to then do is just score those lines. And this is what I was referring to before, that this doesn't even have to be a scoring tool, Ben, and a scoreboard. This could be a ballpoint pen that has no ink left.
Yeah.
Or it could be a rounded object and a ruler. So tweezers.
I was going to say, I'm sure you used tweezers last time.
Yeah, I think I did, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
So instead of a scoreboard and a scoring tool, just use something that's not got a sharp edge and just score that way, like so. And then there is a few items that you'll have around the house. And then we're just going to then fold, fold, fold. We're going to then fold in that glue tab. So as that comes together here, because we've done our cut lines, I've not even scored those lines, so let's do that one. So let's score all the way down here, all the way down. So what you'll start to see really, really easily is your pop-up box starting to come into fruition. We just need to cut that cut line. Let's bring in my tape runner. So we're going to add that onto the glue tab, and the template even tells you it is a glue tab. We're going to then stick that one together. So let's just fold that back on itself and then press, and then there is the start of your pop-up box. So if we fold those down, and then those down, and there is the start of your pop-up box. You've also got your little banners to pop your acetate on. So I've already drawn around one and then cut. I tend to put 2 inside, but you can pop 3 if you want, put 4 if you want. But we're just going to fold them back. And then on those glue tabs, let's add our glue. And we're going to do the same with this and slot them in.
Nancy says, I use mine for unique cards and always get compliments. And I love Janice's comment here. Janice Watson says, when it comes to making cards, I really struggle as I'm not creative at all. But the template library is an absolute godsend and has got me out of many a pickle. I think, you know what, Janice? I think a lot of people might get stuck in a rut of making tent-fold cards and just doing something that's quite simple. And I don't think you're the only one, perhaps, that struggles with maybe different designs. But this is the optimum way to have at your fingertips. Well, like Craig says, if you go for the complete template library, 120 different designs. And even if you're only picking and choosing, you go for one after the original collection, 15 different designs in each one. And I think even the most experienced crafters, Craig, I know you don't, like you say, by your own admission, you don't make a lot of concept cards, but even people who do, there will be so many designs in the template library which even the most experienced crafter won't have attempted, I would have imagined.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's great just to refer back to. And that is, of course, that basis, that skeleton shell of your pop-up box. Now you can envision where I was referring to Hunky Dory and Keith and all of your other paper collections that you've got, because you can now decorate that. But what we've got as well is your mats and layers. So you can choose, do you want the square, do you want the cornered square there, the inner corner as well, your scalloped edges, you can use them. Or if you want to use all your dies that you've got at home, absolutely, of course you can. This is where you can then start to bring in all your own dies. This could be pattern paper, this could be ink stencil layer if you want to, but we've done all that thought process for you, where the construction lines are all there for you to follow. All you need to do is construct it. And for me, I think what a lot of people have loved with this, Ben, is you are making from scratch. And what I mean by that is I am a die cutter. I will always be a die cutter. I love die cutting. But there's something about drawing around, cutting around, scoring, shaping, forming. You're doing that whole thing from scratch. And as I was saying before, yes, I'm just doing this in black and white for them, but all these mats and layers, Ben, these can be all of your pattern papers. This could be all of your block cardstock, should you wish.
Yeah.
And then even on the back, if I want to, I'm just going to go in with the white. But again, this could be all of your pattern paper. Let's come up a little bit further. Now, what I could do myself is I could extend that further down if I wanted to. You know our corner punches?
Oh, yeah.
Use your corner punches in there if you want to. And then even then for decoration on the front. So all you then need to now do is get your acetate strips and have them popping up from those panels, and then pop whatever you want on the end of those acetate strips. So let's press that down, press that one down. So don't forget, guys, get a hold of the template library. You can go back to all of our CTV shows where these have been used, and then a week on Thursday, one of our new additions to the CTV schedule, Craft Together, we are going to do a project in 1 hour with the template library. But I have to reiterate, it's not like a craft along where I give you the information beforehand. We're just going to come live, and then what we're going to do on the 24th of April, craft together with, of course, the template library. But that whole point, apart from these mats and layers, I've done that whole thing, Ben, in real time. But you can, of course, decorate till your heart's content. You can personalise it with colour, personalise it with alphabets. Do you know what you can do? Make five envelopes, pop them in a packet and sell them.
Yeah, exactly right.
You've made it, and you can absolutely do that. And there's a pop-up box. Don't have to think about measurements, where to cut, where to score. It's all done for you, even with those little panel straps.
And almost
in the
to the
middle.
point, if you wanted to kind of go and aim those at maybe the youngsters, you could put in the little acetate strips, couldn't you? And then the characters or flowers or whatever you wanted, so then people could then build their own little pop-up boxes.
Put them on hook and loops, and they can change them. Change all the characters or die cuts at the end of the acetate strips. But I would just say, make sure it's construction weight acetate. Don't use your heat-proof acetate because it's too flimsy.
Wobbly.
So construction or packaging acetate.
But that's the exciting thing about this collection. You know, that's one of 120 different things that you can make from this collection. That's the exciting thing, as Craig's been pointing out, is that you don't need a lot of other kit. You know, you don't need to be buying machines and all these different things. And also, when you think about all of the different papers that you might have, all the different cards, all of the different brands that you might love alongside Crafters Companion, you'll be able to use with the template library. It's one of those products that stands out for me, certainly, when you think of testimonials and what people talk about. There's three which pop into my mind immediately. The layout collection is one everyone always talks about. The Academy of Colour is another, which everybody always talk about like life-changing. And the third, as brilliantly displayed there by my glamorous assistant in pink, is it's not the right way around at all. But is this collection here. Right, this is going to, I think, change your crafting life, particularly if you are someone who's just starting out. And let's just reiterate as well, if you are someone who loves the idea of this and you're thinking £184, 200, I can't stretch to that, even with that code getting an extra 10% off, each and every one of those is available for you individually. Shop the show, shop the web. You'll be able to pick those up individually. 15 projects in each book. Save the first one where you obviously got 30. So just do have a look at those, and it may well be that you bought individuals you need to stock up, or you just perhaps just want to start your journey. Again, do that today. Those are all individually priced on the web. Congratulations to Love to Create LC, who says, Ben, I've just checked out and I've made it just over the Platinum Plus threshold. Yes. Nice. Congratulations to you. Exciting spending days ahead. Thank you for all the lovely comments coming through. Just for Alexandra, thank you for waiting, Alexandra. I appreciate you've been waiting a little while. You wanted to see the Majestic Unicorn collection. This deal, like a lot of the deals that we've got on the show for you, only available up until midnight tonight here in the UK. So you've got about 5 hours left to grab this. This is an incredible buy when you consider you're going to get the pad, this beautiful paper pad on that beautiful pearlescent sheen paper. And a lot of people, I saw some comments earlier on of people saying that, again, they love this just for the fact that you've got the florals in here. The added bonus that you've got the unicorns in there. But if you're just looking for a beautiful floral pad, this is absolutely incredible. And just very quickly, just have a quick, sorry, I've just got a, for those of you who say he doesn't.
I do sweep.
He's a bit previous there, isn't he?
I know it's a standing joke, but just to
start the car.
I do. Well, you see, I've got to do something. I've got wrestling to catch up with tonight.
So there you go. He does tidy up after himself. Yeah. So, but then we get into the papers with the unicorns in, and again, designed with that intent. So effectively here, if you wanted to cut that into 6x6 papers, you've got 3 beautiful florals. Then you can use the unicorn individually. But there's 24 sheets in there. I'll just flick you through the back as well, because the reverse, as you can see, absolutely beautiful. I don't think we do that often on this particular pad, but you can see you've got plenty of different designs. Love that mandala with the florals there. Beautiful frame that could be. So that's included in the bundle. Alongside that, you are also going to get your vellum. So you've got 24 sheets of the vellum in there as well, and the illusion film, which was just tagging on to the vellum. So you get 2 rolls of that illusion film, which will work really nicely with this die, which is coming in your bundle. That is Embrace Your Inner Unicorn. Beautiful edgeable there. So you could paper piece, maybe back onto acetate, colour that in if you wanted to, or indeed just use that illusion film to create a beautiful, beautiful backdrop for the unicorn's mane. Then you've got all your sentiments in here. So this is Born to be a Unicorn. The unicorn there is a die cut, and then you've got the stamps to be able to create the sentences. So unicorn at heart, born to be a unicorn, sparkle like a unicorn, embrace your inner unicorn. Then you've got your unicorn sentiments. Again, all of these in stamp form. So follow your dreams, be a unicorn in a field of horses. I believe in you. Happy birthday and have a magical day. Then you've got there is power in kindness. So that is that beautiful unicorn stamp. You get the die to be able to cut that out as well. And once again, you know, get all of your Spectrum Noir pens into that, colour that in beautifully. And then you've also got the Be Unique BU set. And that again is beautiful stamps and dies. Be Unique BU. What does that say? When it rains, look for rainbows. Setting sunshine and rainbows, and you brighten my cloudy days. That is £24 or 32 bucks. What I will tell you is that is also less than that. When you use that code extra 10, get another £2.40 or $3.20 off that price, but only until midnight tonight. The code ends at midnight tonight. That deal ends at midnight tonight. And the tenner deals end at midnight tonight as well. Natty says, Ben, I have uploaded some videos of my dogs and bearded dragons on your Facebook post. Thank you, Natty. I knew I could rely on you. I've pinned it to the top of my Facebook page now. Get your videos in, just to say we are basically getting videos, hopefully, of your pets doing funny things. I said like tricks, but it doesn't need to be like, you know, craft level tricks. It can be doing like, I don't know, give paw. It can be them catching a sausage, whatever you want it to be. It can be that. The first video we had uploaded from a lady was her chucking her dog a treat, and the dog in slow motion missed the treat. Funny videos are what we want. Dogs, cats, rabbits, bearded dragons, chickens, parrots, whatever you like, really. As I say, because Sara's on Friday Night Live, she'll want a feature, so I just want to get it done early in the week so I can get all the videos together. And look, look at what our talented crafters pets can do. It's brilliant, this. So send those in. It's on top of my Facebook page. Quick one, the winner, thank you for all the chat tonight. We have got a celebration of Draw a Pic of a Bird Day, and we are giving away this bird stamp and die set to Art by Jan. Congratulations, Jan. You have won that set. To claim it, you just need to send us a little message, ctvprizes@crafterscompanion.co.uk, and we will send that out to you. But many congratulations. I believe we've got more prizes to give away as we head through the week as well, so make sure you keep watching us. But what a day it's been, and it's me and Dee tomorrow, isn't it?
It is indeed, yes. We'll kickstart, of course, with the masterclass before we go. We'll kick in with, of course, Wake Up Call before we go into that masterclass all about the 12 by 12s. And then we're going to go into a Beautiful Beginnings, where actually, in Beautiful Beginnings, I'll give you a little, see, I like doing all these teasers. I'm going to give you a little tease with the Ultimate Pro, which I'll be doing with Craft Together on Thursday.
Craft Together!
There you go.
Right now.
Craft Together.
Here come old Craigie.
Oh no, I give myself a headache.
Lots of craft projects he got. Template library he got. We got 4 shows tomorrow as well, because we've got Wake Up Call, Masterclass with the pads, Beautiful Beginnings, and then I'm on my own for the final half hour. How does that work? He gets an early bath. I'm with you tomorrow night from 6 till 6:30 for a crafty catch-up, apparently. So Craig finishes at 6. I'm here till half 6 tomorrow. But it's fine. I don't mind. It's absolutely fine. What's going on in that show? I have no idea. No, we'll be catching up on some of the big deals that you might have missed. Either that or they'll have me there with the gavel and the glasses on again. I'll be banging the hammer down, whatever way. Craig, thank you for a fun day. And enjoy the wrestling. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yes.
I'll see you tomorrow as well. Massive thank you to Becky on the socials. Thank you also to, who we had on today? Jan and Rachel, I think, across the socials today. Thank you to Sam. Thank you to Johnny. Yeah, we've already thanked Becky. Yeah, you're not listening. Thank you, Becky. Again, thank you. Thank you to Jake. I think that is everybody thanked. I think that is everybody.
You.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
No, thank you. And also thank you to the guy in the glasses over, that auctioneer guy. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll be back tomorrow. Make sure you shop the website and use that code. It ends at midnight tonight UK time, so you've got about 5 hours left, extra 10. Shop the web, use it, and oh yes, tomorrow, big announcement. He's rubbing his hands in the 2 o'clock show. So 9 a.m, if you're not getting up early for the Wake Up Call, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific. Make sure you're in for that big announcement. But until then, thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. And from me and he,
toodles.